Alright, Shalom. Let me start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, and peace and mercy to the house of David, the elect, the 144,000 men that's laboring out here, and it's true for the sake of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And Shalom to the 1/3, men, women, and children that may be listening in all truth and sincerity. Alright, I want to get into the topic, that pretty much touching on the Sabbath, all right, because it is the Shabath. All right, it ends at sundown tonight. All right, but the importance of the Sabbath, man. All right, and let me start out in Isaiah. And what sparked me to do this video is the fact that somebody asked me, what are we supposed to do and not do on the Sabbath? Because the Sabbath, it's important, man. It's that day of rest, man. That day to not do your pleasures. All right. I think it's Isaiah 58. It's Isaiah 58 and verse 13. It says, "If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, and the Lord and the holy Salaki, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord Yahweh, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words," man. You see that, man? All right, so the Sabbath is solely to honor Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. And we're supposed to honor Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai every day, all right. But even more importantly, on the Shabbat, man. All right, it says, "Turn away from doing thy own ways," man. What's your own ways, man? All right, me for myself, I like to play, video games. I like to watch sports highlights. Hey, you turn away from doing your own ways on the Sabbath, man. You're reading. We can't read all day. Don't try to get too over righteous. All right, but if we're not reading, man, we're watching something spiritual, man. All right, pertaining to the scriptures, man. All right, we're honoring the Lord, man. I know we here in Babylon, we're not supposed to buy, we're not supposed to sell. Alright? If you got your own business, it'd be wise to, not work on those days to honor the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? And to if you do lift, something that's not a set schedule, you're not supposed to do it on the Sabbath, man. All right, and but we're in Babylon. If you gotta work, hey, we gotta work, man. All right, we're in Babylon, man. It says rehearse the righteous acts, man. All right, but everything that you can't control, all right, you're supposed to abstain yourself from that, man. All right. To the 10 Commandments. Alright, this is Exodus chapter 20. Let me start at verse 8. It says, "Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy." Alright, keep it separate, man. Alright, set apart from all the other days. Alright, it says, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord Yahweh thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. All right, hey, even in the kingdom, man, that's gonna be the only day that these heathens get rest, man. All right, on the Sabbath day. Alright? Only day that they're going to get rest, man. Alright? In verse 11 it says, for in 6 days the Lord Yahweh made all heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherein the Lord Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Alright? You know, and really that day is going back to 1,000-year periods. 1,000-year periods. Alright? You know, going back to 2 Peter's, you know, one day to the Lord is as 1,000 years. Alright? You know, but it's a physical day to us. Alright, us sanctifying that day, you know, that's one day, man. Alright, day starting from sundown to sun up. You know, sundown, that starts the new day, and sun up, that marks the end of one day and the beginning of another. Alright? You know, we're not supposed to kindle fires on the Sabbath, man. You know, I had that. You know, yeah, because I like burning incense, man. You know, but on the Sabbath, you know, I abstain myself from doing that. You know, because Exodus 35:3, it says, let me read, start at the top. It says, and Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, these are the words which the Lord Yahweh hath commanded that ye should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord Yahweh. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death, man. You know, you see the significance of that day. You know, clearly we're in grace period, all right, because people working on the Sabbath, man, all right, you know, but we're in that grace period, man, all right, you know, but back in the ancient days, you'd be put to death, man, all right. The Sabbath day was a serious day, man, all right. It says, verse 3, ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day, man. You know, no fires are supposed to be kindled upon the Sabbath, man. All right, you know, you can't light up a big, you know, spark up an incense, man. You know, that's a no-no, man. Not on the Sabbath day, man. All right. And then we get Isaiah. You know, since I was speaking about the kingdom, you know, all flesh. I think it's Isaiah 66:20. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 23, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right, hey, all flesh, man. All right, and those that don't worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua on the Sabbath or the new moons, man. All right, you're gonna be put to death, man. All right. Because we're going to rule over these nations with a rod of iron, man. Alright? You know, so all flesh will either come worship us, not us, but the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, which could be us too, alright, on the Sabbath day, man. Alright? And I wanted to get Judges 5:11, you know, because right now, hey, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Alright? This is Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, all right, in our captivity, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. All right, so we are rehearsing the righteous acts, man. All right, honoring the Sabbath, man. You know, not eating pork, not eating shrimp, not eating crabs. All right, the holy days, the Passover, all right, you know, the Feast of Tabernacles, All right, we rehearse these as best as we can. All right, in our captivity. All right. All right. You know, so I really just wanted to touch on that. You know, the importance of the Sabbath, man. You know, and we work fucking damn near sometimes 7 days a week, man. All right, and we get no rest, man. All right. You know, that's why the Lord, he put the Sabbath, man, you know, for our rest, man. All right. And Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, you know, he was keeping the Sabbath, man. You know, you had the Pharisees, you know, trying to confound them on the Sabbath, man. You know, it's lawful to do right on the Sabbath, man. All right. You know, you can't be over righteous. All right. You know, because hey, if you didn't prepare food and you gotta cook food, you know, you're not supposed to do it. But at the end of the day, you know, the Sabbath is a feast day. You know, so you can't you know, fast on the Sabbath just because, you know, you didn't prepare anything and it's a feast day. You know, so we're rehearsing the righteous acts, man. All right. You know, and the Lord, he created the Sabbath, you know, reiterated again, you know, to give us rest, man. All right. You know, we torn down here in Babylon, man. You know, so if you can honor the Sabbath, man, you should definitely do it, man. Because you'll always find yourself, you know, the tiredness on the most on the Sabbath, man. You know. You know, I'm glad I did this video, man. You know, going back to the basics, man. You know, keeping the Sabbath, man. All right, it's a separate day. All right, I'm gonna close out, give all praise to Yahweh Shabath, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the house of David. All right, to the next lesson, I say shalom.